The following video is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Listen up, football fans. This is the last weekend of the year to get your football bets in. I've teamed up with DraftKings, and right now is the perfect time to take your shot at the crown. DraftKings is giving all new customers $200 in bonus bets instantly when they place their first $5 bet on anything. There's no time like the present. Download the DraftKings app now. Sign up using my promo code Philly500. The crown is yours. That's right. New customers who bet just $5 will get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Wondering what you can use your $200 in bonus bets on? Combine multiple bets together from the Super Bowl 58 for a shot at even bigger payout. If you're already signed up for DraftKings like me, you can make a bet on Super Bowl 58 and get a bonus bet back. Get a bonus bet back in the amount of your initial waiver. Maximum reward varies. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry about it. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have a shot at winning cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code Philly500 and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code Philly500 only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Once again, I'd like to thank DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring this video. And remember, use promo code Philly500. Bet $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. If there was ever an Eagle player who should get extended and remain with the Eagles, it is DeVonta Smith. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, kick Dingbat here. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. There was never a player that should be re-signed and stay with the Philadelphia Eagles than any other player I can think of. Well, there's a few, but one guy that's currently on the team that can't go nowhere is one DeVonta Smith. I love DeVonta Smith, and he's got to go nowhere. Now, speaking of nowhere, tomorrow I will be nowhere but right here watching the Super Bowl, streaming the Super Bowl, and if you want to come hang out with me, I would love to have you guys. It should be a lot of fun. Now, as you guys know, I am rooting for the Kansas City Chiefs. There is no way I can root for the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I'm not a Purdy hater or anything like that. The fans just, they don't deserve to win after last year, after everything that they put us through all season. And the fact that their team basically put the blueprint to beat our team's ass, I can't root for them. I just cannot root for the 49ers, okay? It looks like right now, according to DraftKings, and shout out to DraftKings Sportsbook, looks like the Chiefs are 2-point underdogs. How the hell is that even possible? The Chiefs right now, they got them as 2-point underdogs. The Niners are favorites. You better believe I am betting the Chiefs in a parlay with the over 47.5. I absolutely love that, and I don't know who I'm going to. I don't know who I'm going to. What I'm going to do prop wise. I'm sure I'll have a bunch of different prop bets, but right now the 49ers are 2 point. I can't even believe that. I gotta go. Let me see here. Let me check another place out and see what they got. The odds, because I can't believe that would be the case. Yeah, the Chiefs are 2-point 2-point underdogs. To me, you've got to bet the Chiefs. You've got to bet the Chiefs. I'm not telling anybody what they should do. Do what you want. Don't bet. All that stuff. Me personally, I'm telling you, 2-point underdogs for the Chiefs. Yeah, I'll take the 40. I'll take the Chiefs. Hell, I might just take the Chiefs in the money line and the over, because I think the Chiefs are winning this game straight up. I think it'll be a good game, but I think the Kansas City Chiefs win. I think Patrick Mahomes is getting his third title, and I'm rooting for him. But
if you want to come hang out with me, obviously you're more than welcome. And do what you think you do. To me, that Chiefs spread is sitting right out there. So I'm taking the Chiefs. I'm going to bet the money line and the over, and I'll probably do that tonight. And I'll be ready to go tomorrow. So if you want to come hang out, definitely do that. Now, when I look at what the Eagles have done in the offseason, especially with Kellen Moore, I think that DeVonta Smith is set up for an absolute 100% monster year. Okay? The one thing you could say about Kellen Moore, you might say, well, he don't run enough, he doesn't do this enough, he doesn't do that enough. But the one thing you can't say about Kellen Moore is his receivers don't produce. You look at Dak Prescott's best season, or which I would say is Dak Prescott's best season. Dak Prescott, he threw to a lot of different receivers, man. He had a lot of different receivers. Amari Cooper, the year he threw, 37 touchdowns? He had Amari Cooper. He had CeeDee Lamb was on the team. Gallup, it was before he got hurt. Then you had Cedric Wilson. And Kellen Moore had Dak spread that ball. A lot of guys got a lot of production. So I really think what you're going to see this year is you're going to see a spike in production for DeVonta Smith. I expect DeVonta Smith to have a monster year. I expect DeVonta Smith to finally get a 200-yard game, and I think he's going to have a great year. I do, and I think Kellen Moore was a great addition for him. I think Dallas Goedert will be will have a much better year as well. Now, when it comes to DeVonta Smith, we got to know that he is eligible this spring for an extension, and he was asked about having an extension. This is what he said. He said that basically it's in God's hands. It's in God's hands. He's going to be very patient about it, and it'll happen when it happens. So he's not too worried about it. It'll happen when it happens. My guess is that it probably happens some point this spring or summer or some point like that, because what's going to happen now is the Eagles are going to pick up his fifth-year option. And when they pick up his fifth-year option, that means he'll play out his 2024 year, which is his fourth year this year. And then he'll have a fifth-year option that will kick in for 2025. So essentially, he would be a free agent going into the 2026 season. If the Eagles don't sign him to extension. Here's what was written about it in the Inquirer. Assuming the Eagles exercise Smith's fifth-year option before the deadline in May, the 25-year-old won't hit free agency until 2025. Actually, until after the 2025 season, to be exact. According to Over the Cap, Smith's fifth-year option will count toward the cap about $15 million in 2025. The Eagles already have Smith's fellow receiver, A.J. Brown, under contract through 2026 with an average annual salary of around $25 million. So what you'll see happen most likely, and this is the most likely scenario, the Eagles probably pick up his option to pick it up by May, because you have to guarantee that extra year. And then they'll look to sign him to an extension. Now, when they sign him to an extension, he'll play out his fourth year. Most likely he'll play out his fifth year too, around that salary, and then the extension will kick in around 2026. And when that extension kicks in 2026, we'll see what they do in terms of, it may be a lot of upfront money, so the cap number is pretty good for 26, 27. This may allow the Eagles to have time to restructure A.J. Brown's contract and then make it work in a way that they can keep both of those guys. But if for some reason you can't do that and you have to sign, you basically get to the point where you have to choose between DeVonta Smith and A.J. Brown, I think at that point you're going to have to go with DeVonta Smith. Now, a lot of people won't agree with me, and I get it, but to me, DeVonta Smith is a little bit younger. He's homegrown, and I think I would not. There's no way in hell I'm letting DeVonta Smith go. Devontae is he's like a volcano, a little fast, skinny Batman volcano about to explode. Pause. It's about to explode. But the truth, I think my cat liked that I said explode. But it's the truth. He is like Timmy on the verge of being a top 3 to 5 wide receiver. I mean, you could go back and you can watch games this year, and you could watch game after game after game, and you're going to see DeVonta Smith open all the time. I mean, there were games where I thought, man, they could have gone to DeVonta Smith and he would have had monster games, and they just didn't. They just didn't. Well, with Kellen Moore, I expect him to be a lot more involved. And you know, the funny thing, and I guess this is why, one of the reasons why DeVonta Smith's my favorite player on the team. A lot of people were saying, you know, hey, you know, DeVonta Smith is too small to play. People were actually laughing at us when we drafted DeVonta Smith, if you remember. Except for the Giant fans, they were crying, and then they acted like, no, we never wanted him. We always wanted Kadarius Toney to begin with. But people were saying he's too small. He'll never make it in this league. He won't be able to do it. And DeVonta Smith in his first 3 years has only missed one game. And the one game he missed, he could have actually played in if the Eagles needed him to play. If it was a playoff game, he would have actually played. He's only missed one game. And then if you look in the playoff game versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the only guy that showed up was DeVonta Smith. What a game he had. He had a great game in the Super Bowl as well. He had a great game, like over 200 yards in the first half of the title game in college. The guy's a clutch performer. He is a stud. And you have to keep DeVonta Smith. You have to sign him. And you know what? DeVonta Smith actually loves Philly. Here's what he said about playing in Philly. It's been amazing. I love playing in Philly, Smith said. I don't think there's a better sports city in the U.S. I think Philly is top tier. Any sport, they're dialed in. That's what I love about it. I love that we all support each other. Basketball comes to football. Football comes to basketball, baseball. We all support each other. So he loves playing in Philly. He doesn't want to go anywhere. And if DeVonta Smith plays out his career as an Eagle, he'll end up being statistically the best wide receiver the Eagles have had. He'll own all the career numbers. He'll own all the numbers. He'll own most catches, most yards, most touches. He will own it all if he just stays with the Eagles. And he will. The Eagles will extend him. Will they do it this summer or spring? I think there's a really good chance. And you know, he'll play. They'll set it up an extension in a way where in 2026 it doesn't hurt you and it gives you some option and flexibility to possibly keep A.J. Brown. And if push comes to shove and they can't keep them both, DeVonta Smith, in my opinion, has to stay. You can't get rid of DeVonta Smith. I love the guy. Remember, I will be watching the game tomorrow. If you want to come hang out with me. Most likely 90% chance at now. It was about 50% chance yesterday. I wasn't sure, but some things happened, and it looks like 90% chance I'll be streaming that football game. So come hang out with me. Should be a lot of fun. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. And remember, Philly Shakedown Podcast later today. Don't be a dingbat. So today is the day that my girl Cupcake is leaving. She is getting adopted to a new home, and there she's going to go within a few hours. Say bye. Say bye. I wanted to make sure I recorded this so I have her on here on video forever. I'm going to miss this one. She was a darling. She could sit with you for an hour, 2 hours on your lap. She doesn't complain. This is a great cat, and we're going to miss her. Denzel Washington out.